Scotty, it's good to have you on my show for the Manchester Derby.
Mhm. Yeah, it's good to be here, Lady
So,
VAR. Thank you. Thank you.
how's the feeling like? It's going to be the second leg, Manchester United, Manchester City. So, are you excited? Are you scared? Are you tensed?
So I remember the last one, and of course we'd had the upturn in form. We'd beat Arsenal, we'd beat Liverpool, and then kind of the test of City came. Because as Man United fans, unfortunately, for the past 3 to 4 years, we've been looking up at Man City instead of looking down. So when the derby comes, we kind of see it as a test as to how close are we to that level. And I can admit Manchester City are I say it just as Carl jumped. I have to admit that Manchester City are an incredible team, especially when they turn it on, when they have De Bruyne and Haaland. You're always looking at that as a test. Can you compete basically with Man City? And I thought in the last game towards the start of the season, I was like, I think we can. And then of course it was 6-3, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
Which
A
to
hat
score,
trick from Foden
yeah,
and Haaland.
yeah,
2 hat
Yeah.
tricks, yeah.
because even the first half of that game, that was just De Bruyne and Haaland playing some of the best football that I've ever seen. I can't lie, it was incredible. But we still managed to score 3 goals. There was something in that. Going into the game now, especially it being at Old Trafford, it's really hard, Lady VAR, because City are not on the greatest run of form. Of course, they lost last night. We've been on a really good run of form. I think our defense is now one of the strongest
Yeah.
defenses in the league. I think we have one of the best central defensive midfielders in the world. And this team is clicking. We've got a good spine, and we've got Marcus Rashford, who loves to play against Man City because he's a Manchester boy. So I think I'm more confident going into this derby than I have been, probably more so than any time in the last 5 or 6 years.
Okay. Carl, welcome online. You're a Man City fan, so I'm going to ask you, what's the most exciting thing about Manchester United, and what's the thing you're scared about the most about Manchester United?
Oh,
So since Eric Ten Hag has come in, I'd say United have looked the best since Fergie's left the club. I'd say United right now, they look the
yeah.
best. As Scotty was saying, they're solid at the back now. Marcus Rashford is on the form of his life. Casemiro seems to be a brick wall in that CDM role. It's just looking like this is the scariest United that I've seen in the last 10 years since Fergie's left, pretty much.
Okay.
Because
So,
we look together. We haven't looked a team
Yeah.
together under Mourinho, Van Gaal, Solskjaer. It was like there wasn't. It was like, what is the long-term plan? What's the goal? What's the style of play? What's the philosophy? What does the manager want and expect? We never could figure that out. And now we have Eric Ten Hag, who just lays it down.
I
And I'm
think,
telling you,
mind you, currently they're actually in a very, very good form, the best form, since the World Cup. Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Oh,
Scotty, what's the most exciting and scariest thing about Manchester City for you?
Kevin De Bruyne and Eric Haaland. And I think they're the same answer. They're the most exciting thing, but damn, they are the scariest thing. When they are in that mode, it's like magnet football, and it's unreal. It really is unreal. They can't do it game in, game out. But Manchester derbies, Lady VAR, that everything goes out the window for a Manchester derby. Man United's good form, Man City's sketchy form. It doesn't mean anything going into a Manchester derby. I can guarantee you that. So yeah, but the scariest and the most exciting thing about Man City is, probably De Bruyne and Haaland. If I was going to say my favorite thing about Man City, it would be the Poznan celebration. When Man City score 4 or more goals and their fans are, if to say this is too easy, they turn their back and they jump up and down with their back to the pitch. And I actually love the Poznan. I do
Poznan.
absolutely love the Poznan.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the defense. I think both coaches are actually trying something new. For Manchester United, we are seeing Luke Shaw playing as a centre back, and then
I
Pep
think it works.
Guardiola, although it's working for Man U. But for Man City, I don't think it's working for the Kai Walker and Cancelo pair. It's really not working for Manchester City. So, Carl, I'm going to ask you. You know, Pep Guardiola is unpredictable. So, what do you think he's going to do tomorrow?
So, well, hopefully what I want him to do is what I want, but if he will do what I want, I don't know, because as you say, he's unpredictable. What I would like is Akanji to play, because he's been a rock solid defender this season.
Yeah.
We signed him as a fifth choice centre back. He's come in and he's been absolutely a brick wall. So I hope
Who is the main
Akanji
centre
plays,
back
and
pairing
Ake
at the
is another
moment?
person.
Who is the main centre back pairing for City at the moment? Who would you say is your
Changing it every
standard?
game. He's changing it every game.
Yeah, sure.
It's Kyle Walker last game against Southampton, and I have no idea why. There isn't a main two centre backs. I'd say Ruben Diaz, if he's not injured, he always plays.
Mm-hmm.
But he's injured at the moment, and Stones has just been announced as injured, so he can't play either. So I hope it's Akanji and Ake centre backs. Left back, I hope Cancelo plays there, because that is his best position. At right back, he isn't as solid, and that was shown against the last match against Southampton as well. And then right back, Rico Lewis, or one of our youngsters, has been really good recently. He was solid against Liverpool, but I feel like Kyle Walker just has that experience. He has that experience at right back, so I'd say to play him. So that would be my back four. Whether Pep will do that, I don't know, because he is unpredictable.
Okay, Scotty, would you prefer Shaw to play as a centre back or his main position, the left back?
I want Varane and Martinez back. Varane and Martinez is unreal. They know each individual's jobs. They know their jobs as a pair. It really is like you've got the stopper and, you know, the eccentric ball player, ball winner. And it just really works for me. So I definitely want to see a centre back of Varane and Martinez. I've liked Luke Shaw. What it works when you've got a player like Varane, you don't want two big, large stopper defenders. You want one, and then you want the fast defender, the defender who can play the ball out from a tight situation at centre back. So I think I would have rather have had Luke Shaw at centre back than Harry Maguire. I really would. So I think it's kind of worked, but I really like Malacia. Whether Malacia will play against Man City, I don't think so. I think it will be too much for him to go against Mahrez. I honestly do. So that could, if Mahrez plays, but Mahrez is on fire.
That's if Mahrez is starting. We don't even know he's starting for City tomorrow.
Yeah. So now I've been proud of Luke Shaw, but I'll be glad to see. Diogo Dalot, I know, went off against who did we play? Charlton a couple of days ago, and I'm not sure of the status of him, but I'd love to see Diogo Dalot, Varane, Martinez, and Luke Shaw at left back. A solid back four. David De Gea. That's been solid this season, and I know David De Gea conceded the odd goal, but he has also won United so many points this season. It's unreal. So,
talking about Marcus Rashford, he's been in one of the greatest form of his life, you know. So he has been scoring back to back. Do you think he has a chance against City?
Big time. I don't know if Carl will remember this, but when Marcus Rashford first came onto the scene, he came on as like an 18-year-old because we had so many injuries. And he was scoring goals, scored 2 against Arsenal on his Premier League debut. He scored against West Ham that first season. He scored a great goal against Man City when he was literally an 18-year-old teenager.
I was there.
So yeah. A beautiful goal, and it slipped through right into the box and then just right foot bottom corner. But
it was at the Etihad,
yeah. And, Marcus is doing incredibly well, but it doesn't surprise me. Because the thing is, I try and understand the psychological aspect of football players, and not many people do. People just assume football players are machines. Do you know what I mean? And there's always a level of like psychological aspect. And I certainly think under Ollie, you could tell when he came on the pitch, there was something in the back of his mind. Personally, I think it has something to do with the way the club is run, the way the club dealt with certain situations like Jesse Lingard, certain promises that were made, etc. Because Marcus Rashford and Jesse Lingard are like best friends. They're extremely close friends. Yeah. So, psychological nobody wants to be in a workplace and give your all if you feel like that same workplace is doing something bad to your friend. That's in any workplace. That's standard psychology. So I think Mark has been struggling with what's been going on at the club. I think the Ronaldo thing was really holding him back. And now I'm so glad Ronaldo's gone. And now it's like Rashford has that chance to just come alive. And I think Eric Ten Hag has done an absolutely incredible job with him as well to probably give him intense training, to give him that confidence. And like we see now, when Rashford scores, he does his celebration. And that's telling himself and telling the world, like, I'm learning to focus. And because I'm learning to focus, I'm getting more goals and I can celebrate more doing that. But yeah, he's looking. The thing is with Marcus, when he used to get the ball, you'd always about, is he going to do the right thing, Marcus? Is it? And now it's just like, let him do whatever he wants to do. You know, he may squander one chance, he may make the wrong pass one time, but if he keeps getting that ball, he'll make something happen. That's Marcus Rashford. So hopefully you can take that good form in. He can score free kicks. He can score long shots. He's getting more goals with his head. He scored. The key about Marcus Rashford, though, is scoring. He's scoring centre forward goals as well as goals from the left. I love Marcus Rashford on the left. I think he's to play on the left. I don't like him as a central striker, but he is getting those in the box headers. Those in the box comes down to him and scores it. And he needed to add that to his game. And I think because he's added that and he's getting the benefits, he's feeling better within himself and he is looking like an unstoppable player. He really is looking like one of the best players in the league at the moment. And is it just form, or is that the Marcus Rashford we all sort of knew is in there? And now it's about that consistency because he's capable of it. And he stays fit. He's very rarely injured, Marcus Rashford.
Yeah, true. So, Carl, let's talk about Haaland. The last match against Manchester United, he scored a hat-trick. So do you think Man U is going to pin him down, or he's got a chance maybe scoring a brace, a hat-trick again?
I think he will relish playing at Old Trafford. I think, especially the history of his own dad and the history that he had with Man United, I feel like he will absolutely want to control the game and take every chance he gets, and hopefully he'll be as clinical as he has been all season. 27 goals in halfway through stage of the season is unheard of in the Premier League. Those were Messi, Ronaldo numbers in La Liga, but Haaland's doing this in the Premier League, and that is unseen of and unheard of. So United, he said that the team he was looking forward to play the most was United when he first joined, and I feel like he will once again provide another excellent performance. Not just him though. I think if Foden plays, I think he always likes playing against United. Again, another Manchester lad. So any Manchester lads will want to play well and play in the match as well.
Are we expecting any surprises tomorrow?
I'm expecting a red card. I can't tell you for who or what, but I'm expecting a red card. We haven't had enough red cards in Manchester derbies lately. And yeah, who knows what and when, but I expect a red card. I think Man United being the home team, I think we've gone into games previously against City and we've lost before we've walked on the pitch. Like we have just already lost. And that has to be different. Come this weekend. Old Trafford is going to be bouncing. It's going to be loud. It's going to be rocking. And that has to mean something. You know, I don't want to see us 1 or 2-0 down after 30 minutes. I really don't. I want to see a tight game. I want to see a competitive game. And yeah, I just want to see United come out onto that pitch with something about them, like we're not scared of this fixture. We want the 3 points. And that's what United haven't had for so long in games like this, especially under Ollie. Ollie could not motivate that team enough. He could not get them fired up enough. And games like this, it's not about niceness. You have to be fired up, you know? You are going to see Martinez doing a dirty tackle on Haaland in the first 5 minutes. I guarantee it, because he will want him to know you're in my stadium. You know, we're not this team anymore that's just going to play like, oh, we're not good enough to play against Man City. You know, there's
Yeah.
Martinez he's a World Cup winner. You know, we have 2 World Cup final defenders within our centre back pairing. That has to mean something, you know. So yeah, but it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but the fans are going to play a huge part
A massive
in
part.
the match.
Yeah,
Massively.
So will the City fans, because you can always hear the City away fans, that, and especially Old Trafford, it will be rocking as well. So hopefully
The whole of
Man
the
City
city
fans,
will be.
yeah,
This is a different kind of derby than what we've felt like going into. Even in the league position, you know, how many points are City above us? Is it 3 or 4? 5 maybe.
We're 5 below Arsenal. I think we're 4 above you. I think.
Yeah,
4.
exactly. See, you know, this isn't like City are on top of the league and United are down in 6th. You know, this is second against
Yeah.
4th.
Yeah.
So, you know,
We're
it's
3rd, yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a much closer game. And apparently, from what I've heard, Pep Guardiola said he's got a master plan. So again, that either
Yeah,
completely works,
but that scares me.
Got a master plan, so I won't be surprised. I hope it works out for him tomorrow. I hope it works out for him anyway. Yeah. Okay.
He does that master plan so many times, and in my opinion, it works less than more. So I just imagine. I remember the Champions League final. He played Sterling in a false 9 role and didn't even start Rodri. He played Gundogan in that DM role, but it just didn't work at all. And that was one of the worst matches I've seen. Just last match, he put Kyle Walker right centre back. In my opinion, that didn't work. He put Cancelo against Chelsea right mid once, and that didn't work.
But then again, he put Rodri at centre back against Chelsea, and that completely worked because as a defensive, you were 4 at the back, and as soon as you were attacking, you went to 3 at the back. Now that is like playing 2 complete different formations in one game, and if again things like that, you know, that's what can really
That's
work.
what Pep does. That's what Pep does. But it's just he does overthink.
Down to the predictions. What's your score prediction for that match and players to score?
Oh, I'm going to say 4-3 to City.
4-3 to City.
4-3.
Because I just feel like even though United's defence has been solid, City's attack, when they want to and when they're all coordinated, can score goals.
Okay, so players to score from both sides.
I think Haaland 2.
Okay.
Mahrez 2, Mahrez 2, a bit like the 6-3, but just changing Foden for Mahrez, because I think Mahrez will start. He's got to. He's on form. He's City's most on form player right now. So I'm going for that for City. For United, I'll say Rashford 2 and maybe Anthony 1, because it's 4-3. So yeah.
Okay, 7 goals in one match. Oh, interesting. So, Scotty, what's your prediction? Players to score.
I'm gonna lean towards United. I'm gonna go for a 2-1 win. I think it's gonna be a very tight game, but something about Old Trafford at the moment, the form, I think may just get United over the line. You know, we may be talking about a dodgy VAR call. We may be something like that, but I believe there's going to be a red card. You know, and it could be a case of maybe Man United will revert back to counter-attacking football. I hate to see Man United play counter-attacking football at Old Trafford because that's mid-table mentality. But if we try and go toe-to-toe with City, is it going to work? I really don't know. So I'm going to say 2-1, but a tight game. I think Haaland's going to get the goal. I think City are going to score early. City may score early, like first 20 minutes, but not then dominate and run away. And yeah, I think I'm going to say a goal for Rashford just because he cannot stop scoring at the minute. And you know what? I think I've got a feeling Bruno may score just because it's a big game. He's going to be fired up for it. Yeah, definitely a goal from the midfield, maybe an Eriksen or a Bruno. And a Rashford.
Okay.
And from City, Haaland, because he's a fucking goal machine. He's a goal machine. Sorry.
Okay, it's all right. Let's see what happens over the weekend. Good luck to your both teams, you know. So I would say let the best team win. And the best team win.
Yeah.
You know.
Fair point.
All right.
Fair point. But yeah, I'm totally looking forward to it. Totally looking. What's your score prediction, Lady VAR? Give us your prediction. Come on.
Oh, I actually don't like predicting because it's I don't know. But I'll just say a draw. So I'll just stand on the fence. A draw. Maybe a 1-1, 2-2 draw. So it's balanced for me. Yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, it could be a draw. It could be.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming.
Thank
Thanks
you.
very
Thank you,
much.
Lady VAR. Thanks to you, Carl.
Thanks,
And yeah,
Scotty.
Man United all the way. Come on, you
Come on,
Reds.
City.
Come on, you Reds.
And I'm neutral. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.